A very good warm welcome to my dear students. So I am Dr. G. Suresh Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of Design Thinking and Innovation. So today we discuss about the second session of Design Thinking and Innovation course, that is learning process. So the aim of the session is to familiarize the student with learning process, and the instructional objectives are to understand learning mechanism, appreciate the importance of listening, observation, dialogue and reading, and also assess the breakout activities. Okay, so in the learning outcomes are understand the mechanism of learning and appreciate the listening, observation, dialoguing and reading. See, come to the what is learning. So the learning is not something that is lifeless, sterile, futile, quickly forgotten stuff that is forced into the learner tied upon a chair within four walls. Okay, so the learning is not a lifeless or what simply or quickly forgotten stuff, and also they have to forcibly sit in a classroom with a four walls, in a bench or a chair. Okay, so they have to very much interested on learning process, then only it has to be happen. So the learning is a process where learner has to involve dynamically, okay, not in static manner. He has to involve dynamically with unquenched curiosity. The curiosity and interest is what very important for a learner, to observe everything whatever it is there, that he can see the surrounding or may heard or read. So such a curiosity is what required for a learner, then only the learning will be what process. Otherwise, if you strictly sitting in a bench or a chair, so then it is not a learning process, is not started. So to get into the learning, so the learning needs listening, dialoguing, observing and reading. So these four skills are very much required for learning. So now we discuss about the one by one. What is a learning? So the learning skills are very important as a design thinking. So every design thinker should have these skills. So listening skills, dialoguing, observation and reading. So we will discuss about the one by one. First, listening. So listening, so it is an action or movement always in the present without conformity to the past. So this is very important. So it is a action or movement always in the present, whatever it is what going on in the present, so without conformity to the past. You may have a previous knowledge, don't compare the previous knowledge what you are listening. If you are doing that, you are not an active listener, you are not listening properly. So suppose if you look at this picture, so everybody is what actively listening to others. So if you listen with knowledge, so this is the problem will come. If you are listening with the knowledge, with what you have already learned, you are not listening, but you are interpreting. What you are doing is, you are not listening properly, you are interpreting and comparing and judging and evaluating and conforming to certain patterns that has already been established. So whatever you have a minimal knowledge or what your past knowledge is there, you are always while listening, you are comparing, interpreting and judging. So while if you are doing this process, you cannot put your effort on complete effort on the listening. So the listening will be stopped. So that's why, so while you are listening, you have to come out of with a free minded and open mindedness is what very important for the listening. Okay, we have to start with zero knowledge, like that we have to listen, and listening needs open mindedness. So open mindedness is very important for listening. Okay, what other peoples are saying, we have to listen properly. If you are not listen properly, how you have to react? So that's why in the design thinking, the listening is very, very important in empathy. So in empathy, we ask the right questions to the users. While we are asking the questions, the user is what reacting. While they are what reacting, we have to listen properly. Okay, then only we can understand about the problem and also user behavior. So that's why the listening skills are very, very important for the design thinking process. Now the next one is come to the dialoguing. So come to the dialoguing. So dialoguing is about deep listening to each other without biases and judgment. So immediately we are not giving the word judgment. So after listening, so we have to listen what other people are what saying. Okay, after understanding only we have to react. So without biases and what judgment, we have to deep listening. So the dialoguing is also very, very important. Okay, the many people will confuse about the dialogue and what discussion. So dialogue is very, very important. So for to decide about what is right, okay, discussion is about all about who is right. That's why the dialoguing is what very, very important. Dialogue is a deep listening to each other without biases and what judgment. So it brings the best alternatives and it is about progressive. So the dialoguing is about progressive, and also from the dialoguing we are what getting the best alternatives. So because we are what listening others' ideas without biases and judgments, then automatically in the ideation step we are getting much better ideas. And dialogue is not discussion. It is not a discussion where we try to prove that our point of view is better than others. So discussion is about who is right and dialogue is about what is right. So what is right is important than who is right. Instead of listening with open-mindedness, generally the discussions are happen about, so my point of view is right, your point of view is wrong. Because in the team collaboration, design thinking is a team collaboration. In the team collaboration, we are not to go for discussion, it is a dialoguing. Okay, dialoguing. Now the next we discuss about the breakout activity. Here we play a video will be played. So from the video, the student teams has to come to a best opinions about the teams. Next come to the other thing, that is observing. What is observing? So observing is so ability to notice, recognize and analyze and remember the things around you using senses. So by using our different senses, we are ability to notice what is happening in the surrounding, and we have to recognize and analyze the things and remember all the things. So this is nothing but the observation or observing. So the strong observation skills include being mindful, allowing you to notice surroundings and paying attention to every detail, because these details are very, very important in the empathetic research. In the empathetic research, we are going into the field and how the user or customer is facing the problem or difficulties. We have to observe and we have to engage with them and immerse. From that we have to get notice what are the actual problems and what are their needs, what are their want. Okay, all these things we have to get from there. So by the observations, and we have to recognize and analyze the needs and wants of the users. And observation skills can help enhance innovations. So you already having what observations in your mind. So according to observations, what is what required and what need for the users, then we can innovatively think about the solutions. So that's why that helps in enhancing the innovation and respond quickly and react the appropriately. So without proper observation, we cannot get a very good innovative solutions, and also we cannot react immediately or appropriately. So this is regarding the observation or observing. And come to the reading. So the reading is expanding horizons of thoughts. So whatever we have a little bit knowledge about, so if you are reading many number of books, journals, articles, then automatically that expand your knowledge, and your thought process is also will be increased, and it is also pick up new knowledge and perspectives, ideas and point of views. So whatever you have previous point of views, that has to be changed, because you have a you have a very good knowledge about the problem. Okay, so that's why it picks up the new knowledge and what perspectives and new ideas will be coming. And also not only that, it develops an appreciation for diversity of the information. You are getting diverse information from the different types of books and journals, and opinions and analysis that helps to connect dots or unearth blind spots. So with this knowledge we can connect different parts of the problem. Okay, from that we can work, we can get a better ideas, better solutions will be coming. So that's why it helps to connect the dots and unearth blind spots. So the reading is also a very good skill. So from that we can expand our knowledge. Okay. So this is another breakout activity regarding, here also one video will be played and reflect on the team's observations. They have to observe. So this is regarding the learning process, and the summary of this session is the learning process involves several key elements, including listening, observation, dialoguing and reading. So the learning process is involving the listening, observation, dialoguing and reading. These skills are very much required for the design thinking process and design thinking mindset. These components are integral to acquire knowledge and understand the world around us. So whatever the problem is there, to clear understanding about the problem and the user, these skills are very much required. And by listening actively, so the listening we have to actively listen, and observation has to be keen observation, we have to keenly observe, and the dialoguing we have to engage in dialoguing, and reading extensively, we have to read many number of articles, many number of books related to that, many number of journals. So we can expand our knowledge and develop critical thinking, analytical thinking and broaden our perspectives. So incorporating these practices into our learning journey can foster personal growth and intellectual development. So there are some self-assessment questions will be there here, and so this is regarding the session.